for home. Maybe we all searching for home. Maybe we all are united in our fear.
North of the Hawaiian Islands, and in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, lies a patch of plastic that is over twice the size of Texas. It has many names, but is most commonly called the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. Ocean currents carry plastic across thousands of miles, from mainly North America and Asia. It then comes to rest in the middle of it all, surrounded by millions of tons of plastic. For all we know, it could have been here since plastic was invented. It was only just discovered in 1997. 80% of this plastic comes from land, washed from the streets into storm sewers that lead to waterways and are then carried to our oceans. The other 20% is from ships of all sorts. With our terrible actions come even worse consequences for the planet. This plastic patch has been called the plastic killing fields due to the obvious effect it has on our planet, the death of marine life, and the poisoning of our food chain. Most sea animals believe that this plastic is food and pick it up unintentionally as they're trying to get plankton. In fact, some areas have 6 times more plastic than plankton. That's a lot of plastic. Because of this, 100,000 sea animals die each year. We clearly need to do our very best to stop this.
To tell us we're okay.
China gave up plastics, hoping to go a full year without them on January 1st, 2010, and is never going back. She started a blog called Plastic Manners and wrote about the challenges and opportunities she found during the year. China is trying to spread awareness and stop the crime of plastics once and for all, but will need our help to do so.
You know, it started as a personal challenge. I was so fed up with using plastic and I was so grossed out. I just decided one day to give it up, and it started as a completely personal challenge to myself. And I felt really strongly about it, just wanted to do it and nothing else, you know. And then I started a blog thinking, maybe someone will be interested in it. And then all of a sudden I realized how much people were interested in it. And I want people to know how good it is to be plastic free and experience that, because I think it'll be great for everybody. A lot of marine life can mistake the garbage for food. So these two pieces are very common things you might find on a drink bottle, you know, a cigarette lighter. And these came from inside a baby albatross on Midway Island. And the mom goes out fishing for food, scoops up whatever it sees as colorful and, you know, thinks it's food, and ends up feeding it to her chicks. And so the babies die, and it's really sad. And this is happening with whales and turtles and seabirds of all kinds. So,
as Tina reminds us, plastic and food should never mix. But look around your house. The containers you store your food in, your water bottles, even your eating utensils. If anything at all is plastic, you need to start making some changes. Toxins and chemicals are seeping into the food we eat and reach our bloodstreams once we've consumed them, and can cause all sorts of problems. But just wait, it gets worse. Many people already have plastic inside of them because so many fish contain countless bits of plastic that they thought was food.
Plastic does not go away. It does not biodegrade. There's nothing in nature that will help it break down. So when you throw away, let's say, a granola bar wrapper that's made of plastic, it'll last in the environment for hundreds and hundreds of years, sometimes thousands of years. So think about that. You've used that wrapper for seconds, and now you've thrown it out, and future generations are stuck with it for many years. This is some seawater from the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. You can see that there are a lot of little plastic pieces in there. There's colorful little bits and white bits, and there's nylon rope, and there's plastic bag in there. And this is what our oceans are beginning to look like. We've gotten to a place where we go to the grocery store and we're kind of like this. You know, we just take stuff without really thinking about why I'm taking it and what are the consequences. So breaking that habit for myself was actually harder than anything else. Plastic, or at least reducing your plastic use, is a big gateway to reducing your waste in general. You know that when you go out for coffee, you bring your own cup. This is a ceramic cup with a silicone lid. And what's great about the silicone too is you're not sucking on plastic. You know, plastic is not good for your health, and when it comes to food, you should never mix plastic and food. And a cool water bottle doesn't have to be one of those, you know, regular old plastic water bottles. Even if they're BPA free, they're still plastic. So then for takeout, these things are great. They're stainless steel, fully sealable. It has a silicone seal on the inside, so you can take soup and put it in your purse if you want. You know, it doesn't become an inconvenience. You can get these things for storing vegetables or whatever, cute little bags. I use a lot of wax bags. I take them to the store with me. I use a lot of paper bags, and of course I'm always carrying around a cloth bag. And you know, it's not a big deal once you train yourself to do it. It's really not that hard. This I think is really cool. This is a cutlery set my friend made for me. So I actually bring it along everywhere I go. This is, you know, for people that take lunches to school or something. You can put fruits and cheese sticks and whatever, a sandwich in here. Just a natural shampoo bar. And my hair is so much healthier since I started using these natural products that don't have as much chemicals in them. These are soap nuts. This is what I wash everything with. They're actually berries. When you boil them, it kind of makes this natural solution. It kind of foams a little. It kind of smells funny, but it's fine. And you can use it for washing everything. To say this, but plastic recycling is a big myth. It's you know, when you recycle a glass bottle, you can turn it into a glass bottle. But, you know, when that recycling symbol goes around and around, it means you can keep doing that. But with plastic, all you can do is take a water bottle and turn it into something like a lower quality product. So it's called downcycling. It's not recycling. So, and that whole process requires a lot of inputs of chemicals and toxic things that you don't want anyway. And then eventually a lot of those items that are the new product, the lower quality product, can't be recycled or downcycled further. I think that one of the biggest barriers to our message, which is, you know, about refusing and reducing your use of plastic, is that we've been taught to believe that recycling is good. And that we're very proud, you know, when you come out with your blue box and you're like, yes, look at how much recycling I've done. And your box is overflowing with all sorts of plastic, and you feel good because that's what we've been taught to feel is good. But, you know, that's something we have to break, is that myth that actually you shouldn't feel good. You need to look at refusing and reducing that amount of plastic in your box. It's incredible, and you know, my health has improved a lot just by eating better and avoiding all the convenience foods that are often so highly processed.
When Tina first introduced me to this overwhelming information about the effects of plastic on our environment, she left me with one final message. It was meant for me, but it applies to everyone. So I'm sorry, and you're welcome. And remember, we only have one planet, so treat it right.